to really transfer the power. But what you'll more so see is bow, corner, release, and then catch the pressure in a bow over on this side. Okay, so now when we're looking at an overhand swing, what will happen during the corner process, and this would be the sequence that you'll see play out over and over again, they're going to set the bow right here. So there's Brady drawing the bow in his right column. So if you kind of watch the ball and you watch the knee move together, remember bicep bone, thigh bone, married, forearm bone, shin bone, married, all playing off of a straight foot that's inner ankle bone high. Tail is back, crown is forward. So now I'm going to open up that bow. So he's already set the bow in the right arm. So there isn't going to be sort of a needing to set the bow when we bring the arm up. All we're actually going to do is in the overhand swing, we start the ball in the underhand down here. And then as this corner starts, the arm goes up. So as we start to corner with that right side, we can see that the ball now travels over that collarbone line. So as his right knee starts to go in, so basically on the first 22.5 of the corner, the arm will go up. And then on the last 22.5, the arm will catch up. And then it's going to be a nice clean release of the column. So we see the elbow and the heel track away at the same time. So that forearm and that shin are actually going to come around the corner, blue to help you out, up, around, and in at the same clip, which leads to a harmonized release of the column. So now with everything going around the corner together, we can have the elbow going away and the heel going away so that my forearm, my bicep, my torso, my thigh, my shin, all of these compartments, this kinetic chain, if you will, stays on the same page as pressure releases. We don't want to have a situation where these lower compartments get shut off from the release that's taking place in the upper compartments. And now, in order to ensure that, something that has to be taking place, because it's kind of, the columns are sort of managing each other almost like puzzle pieces. They're working together. So this side over here, we need to be accepting the pressure into a bow. And this is where the swing, overhead level swing, chest level, floor level, you'll see the same issues show up on their front side. You'll see a lot of beat up knees. You'll see a lot of beat up hips because they'll actually block themselves from accepting pressure into a bow. So we want our athletes to be balls of the feet on the backside, which I think makes sense. You can see how Brady's heel has that credit card alignment where we can always kind of slide something underneath that heel, eggshell heels, keeping the pressure really in the ball of the foot. And then that makes sense on the back leg, but we want to take this same attitude towards our front side. And Brady is kind of touch and go with some of this. I think that's what led to some of his knee issues later on, having to be scoped, where you can kind of see the heel gets heavy. It's one of the tougher things to do for the throw or the swing athlete. And it's important because, remember, we don't want to shut off this action here. We don't want to shut off this bow action on the front side because it will block and it will stop the turn from the backside. So in this image here, you can kind of get a better idea of it, where the leg is soft. Basically, we tell our athletes, heels high, so eggshell heel, soft knee. Heels up, soft knee. That way they can let the shin keep going, because the reality is it's just a turn. So however you want to look at it, the swing, whether it's overhead, chest, or floor, it's a turn. We're going to turn this way, then we're going to turn back that way. Now, as we're turning, though, we need all of these pieces to be on the same page. So if this athlete is turning and the shin gets stuck because we've gone heels down, we know now that the shin will be stuck if the foot collapses inside ankle bone low into the heel. Well, everything's going to try to keep going this way. So there's going to be a lot of momentum. There's going to be a lot of pressure going in that direction as the shin is essentially stuck into the ground. And now we know that that can cause problems at the knee. It can cause problems at the hip. So it'll be a sort of wear and tear for your throw or your swing athlete if they start to block themselves. But this is just the basic premise that we still see in our walk. We can see it again here with Brady. Kind of watch the hand, watch the knee, watch the set of the bow. It's that simple. Remember, this is why rotation is tricky, because you can over-rotate. You can overdo it with one compartment inside the column. We want a nice harmonized 22.5 degrees, and the 22.5 is actually very subtle. And some of the best, QB coaches today will preach a firm front side because it is still turning, but it feels firm. The 22.5 is strong. I don't want to lose my foot control piece and just have this wild turn taking place. Same thing could be said for the power column. The pressure wave, sort of where it starts, is in this back column. It's a one-sided move in reality. This leg is in the air literally because it's a reset. So I'm going to be bowing here. So we see Brady set his bow. You see a little bit of movement. That's all we needed. And now as the corner starts, the arm goes up. Same idea as the corner finishes and we were going to release. We get that nice heel away, elbow away at the same time. Take another look at it here. Same piece. There's my bow set. So I go into a reset here, kind of bring the pressure, help put all the pressure into this back column. Corner starts. Let me give you that one more time. Nope, we're not going to get that one. But that's the idea. We see it a couple different times here in this video where we just want to set that bow. We want to corner it. We want to release it. We want to catch that pressure into a bow on this side. So we want to set that bow right here. Tail back, crown forward. We're still keeping that back chain dominance. We want to fight for that. That's something that's Brady's worked on. I'll show you another video of that in a second, where this is something we want to avoid with our throw athletes because it starts to push the hip forward slightly. Now,